Our childhood experiences have a profound impact on who we become as adults, shaping our beliefs, behaviors, and emotional well-being. If you suspect that you were neglected as a child, check out the link to the emotional neglect quiz below. This free interactive quiz is an excellent starting point for self-reflection. Emotional neglect in childhood is a form of maltreatment that occurs when caregivers consistently fail to meet a child's emotional needs. It encompasses the absence of emotional support, validation, and nurturing during crucial stages of a child's development. Unlike other forms of abuse or neglect, emotional neglect may be less visible and easily overlooked. It often occurs in subtle ways, such as a lack of emotional responsiveness, dismissive attitudes towards the child's feelings, or a failure to provide a safe and secure emotional environment. However, the impact of emotional neglect on a child's overall well-being and development should not be underestimated. Children who experience emotional neglect grow up feeling unheard, invalidated, or invisible. They struggle with forming healthy attachments, have difficulty expressing their emotions, and experience challenges in regulating their own feelings. The absence of emotional guidance and support during critical developmental stages hinders their ability to develop a positive sense of self and navigate relationships effectively. Emotional neglect can have profound and long-lasting effects on children, shaping their emotional well-being, self-esteem, and their ability to form healthy relationships. By understanding and acknowledging the significance of emotional neglect, we can begin to address its impact on individuals and promote healing and growth. Recognizing the signs, breaking the cycle, and seeking support are essential steps towards addressing this form of neglect and fostering emotional well-being for both children and adults alike. Children who experience emotional neglect often struggle with expressing and regulating their emotions. The absence of emotional support and validation in childhood leaves them feeling disconnected from their own feelings, leading to difficulties in understanding and appropriately managing their emotions. This may result in outbursts of anger, difficulty coping with stress, or a tendency to suppress emotions altogether. Emotional neglect has a detrimental impact on a child's self-esteem. The lack of consistent emotional support and validation makes them feel unworthy, unimportant, or insignificant. They internalize the belief that their emotions, thoughts, and needs are not valid or deserving of attention, leading to a diminished sense of self-worth and self-confidence. Forming secure attachments is essential for healthy social and emotional development. Children who experience emotional neglect struggle with forming healthy and secure relationships. They find it challenging to trust others, fear emotional intimacy, or have difficulties in establishing boundaries. These attachment issues can persist into adulthood, impacting their ability to form meaningful connections with others. Emotional neglect can hinder the development of essential social skills in children. The lack of emotional guidance and support limits their ability to recognize and understand social cues, empathize with others, and effectively communicate their own emotions and needs. As a result, they often experience challenges in building and maintaining relationships, both personally and professionally. Emotional neglect can significantly increase the risk of developing mental health issues later in life. Children who experience emotional neglect are more susceptible to depression, anxiety, feelings of emptiness, and difficulties in managing stress. The long-term effects of emotional neglect can contribute to a higher vulnerability to mental health disorders and a diminished overall sense of well-being. Taking the emotional neglect quiz can offer valuable insights into your own experiences. This interactive quiz was designed to help you explore the possibility that you may have experienced emotional neglect as a child. It is important to note that this online quiz is not a diagnostic tool, but rather an aid to understanding certain patterns and behaviors. If the emotional neglect quiz indicates that you may have experienced emotional neglect during your childhood, it is important to recognize the significance of seeking professional help for healing and growth. Recognize and validate the emotions that arise as you reflect on the possibility of emotional neglect. It's normal to experience a range of feelings, including sadness, anger, or confusion. Allow yourself to process these emotions and understand that they are valid. Consider seeking support from a mental health professional who specializes in trauma, childhood neglect, or attachment issues. A licensed therapist can provide guidance and create a safe space for you to explore the impact of emotional neglect on your life. They can assist you in developing coping strategies and working towards healing and growth. Depending on your unique needs, there are various types of therapy that can be beneficial. For example, cognitive behavioral therapy can help you identify and challenge negative thought patterns related to emotional neglect. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy may be helpful for processing and healing trauma-related experiences. Explore different therapy options with a mental health professional to find the best fit for you. Connecting with others who have had similar experiences can be incredibly valuable. Consider joining support groups or online communities where you can share your story, gain insights from others, and receive support along your healing journey. Hearing the stories of others can provide validation and remind you that you're not alone. Engage in self-care activities that promote emotional well-being. This can include activities such as practicing mindfulness, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, spending time in nature, or seeking out pleasurable experiences. Prioritizing self-care helps nourish your emotional resilience and promotes overall well-being. Surround yourself with individuals who are understanding, empathetic, and supportive. Share your experiences and feelings with trusted friends, family members, or mentors who can provide a listening ear and offer encouragement. Building healthy relationships can help counteract the effects of emotional neglect and foster a sense of belonging. Read books, articles, or attend workshops that focus on childhood emotional neglect and healing. Educating yourself about emotional neglect can help you gain insights, validate your experiences, and provide you with tools to navigate your healing journey. Remember, healing from childhood emotional neglect is a process that takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself and celebrate each step forward. You deserve support and the opportunity to heal from the effects of emotional neglect. For more information about healing from emotional neglect and abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.